When trying to determine what kind of gift you should get for somebody, it's important to look at their Venus sign as well as their sun sign. Why? Because Venus is the planet of love. It shows where we find pleasure in life, what kinds of things that we value, moral things as well as material things. If you don't know your partner's Venus sign, then a good guess is just whatever is around their sun, because Venus and the sun always travel close together. The Venus sign can't be more than 2 signs before the sun or after the sun. But even if there's just, you have like no idea what their Venus sign is, it's okay, just go with their sun signs. For once, I will go in some kind of order, so let's start at the beginning of the zodiac with Aries. Aries enjoys doing something that brings out their competitive nature, that makes them, kind of feel a little bit of a struggle, that they have to fight past something and win it, and at the end they just love being able to brag about how they did it. Dancing would actually be a really good activity for an Aries because it gets them to move around. Something that engages them physically is great, because Aries loves to feel themselves in their own body. Sometimes it's hard to actually feel like you are connecting with an Aries because they are very oriented with themselves. So if you're looking to spark up a bit of romance, maybe taking them out like salsa dancing would be fun. And usually Aries, even if they have no experience in dancing at all, Aries is usually pretty adventurous, so they're willing to try new things. And for some reason, I just think it could be really fun going like bowling with an Aries. You're gonna like throw this big ball around, potentially a weapon. Aries is the warrior, the fighter. Hopefully they won't actually use it as a weapon. But, they can like really put a lot of power into that like whoosh, swing, then it just Aries love that shit. If you're wondering what kind of gift you should get for your Aries person, they're less likely to appreciate something practical, so just go for something fun and unique, and that's kind of exciting. If your partner's Venus sign is in Taurus, then they will love it if you take them out to like a fancy restaurant with just a beautiful atmosphere. I'm talking like tablecloths of silk, candlelight, $50 plates. It doesn't have to be actually expensive, just so long as it looks great and it tastes great, smells great, feels great. They love massage, so it's either you giving a massage or you pay for them to go out and get a massage. Either way, they'll love it. Just do anything with them that really stimulates their senses, because they love that. They love beautiful things on every sensory level. If you're thinking of getting them a gift, which they would really appreciate, something that will last a long time, because they're all about stability and durability, objects that have many abilities, I'll get them something from Walmart. That's a good start. Like I said before, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it actually has to have a decent quality to it. They love earthy things too, so if you're thinking about getting them jewelry, gemstones. Nothing really shiny though, because Taurus is practical. It doesn't really like to show off too much. Taurus associates itself with being down to earth. So nice things, but just not flashy things. Okay. I think Valentine's Day is just a super good holiday for Taurus. Chocolate, jewelry, fancy dinners. Like, if you do any of that stuff, you're just doing it right. Venus or Sun in Gemini. Gemini loves their mind to be stimulated. They love seeing things from different angles. Gemini has this just desire inside of them to see things and experience things from all different perspectives. That's why they're the twins, because they can be experiencing 2 different things at once. Going to a play might be interesting for them, because there's all the different characters and personas. Games, too. Games can be fun for them, because there's so many different components to a game. Some games are really boring, too. Don't get a boring game. I'm giving you good advice. Don't mess this up. Gemini needs to be stimulated, because it does have that desire to be at everything at once. So just make sure whatever game you are playing that it's engaging enough for them. They might love it if you write them a love letter or something, even if you're like next door neighbors or if you live together. Just write them a love letter, you know, just so they can look at it, they can read it. Geminis love to read. Oh, get them their favorite book. They'll love you. And poetry slam night. Yeah, poetry is romantic. Don't make your Valentine's Day too serious because Gemini is very... They just like to have a good time. They don't really want you to like take them on a date where you sit them down and stare them in the eyes really intensely and pledge your undying devotion to them. Save that for Scorpio, okay? If you are going to get them jewelry, and I just keep mentioning this because I get the impression that a lot of people get jewelry for Valentine's Day. I've never gotten jewelry for Valentine's Day. I don't actually care. Get Gemini something that's like bright colors, sort of fun, like beads and stuff. Gemini is a youthful sign, and so they like things that are playful. That's all you need to know. I'm done talking about Gemini now, okay? If your partner has their Venus or Sun in Cancer, you should do these things. So for Cancer people, they would probably like you to cry with them. Not really, but Cancer people would love a homemade meal. They like feeling nourished. I get this impression that Cancer people like creamy and rich food because of milk, like the mother's milk thing. And if, you know, like, you're like, oh, that's not healthy, just whatever, man, because it's Valentine's Day. Live a little bit. Get wild. Gifts for Cancer. Cancerians would appreciate something that shows your devotion to them because Cancer feels a very strong need for security, and so if you give them something that's like, hey baby, I love you, I'm gonna stay here forever, they'd be like, I don't know how you do that. Totally, like, you're gonna go to a different video now. Or something like jewelry, Cancer would look good with something silvery, has a bluish glimmer shimmer to it, because Cancer is a very oceanic sign, and so they look good in things that resemble the ocean. Like if you can get some jewelry with shells on it too, they would probably think that's cool. I can just like see you guys sitting in some like body of water, like sipping some bubbly, staring into each other's eyes, like stroking each other's in the moonlight lit lake, soaking up them moon vibes. If you're not used to expressing your emotions, now is the time to do it with your Cancer person because they may seem very guarded themselves, but they appreciate it when people are emotionally open. If your lady person, guy, girl, gal has their Sun or Venus in Leo, then they will probably make Valentine's Day very dramatic. They'll make a big deal out of it, most likely. Leo will definitely appreciate getting jewelry from you. Probably something like big, that's noticeable. Bright colors, red, something that people will notice. Another sign that would probably appreciate going out to a play or a movie. They just like anything that has to do with dramatization. Because Leo is the sign of self-expression. They love seeing that happening. Taking Leo out dancing would be cool too. It's probably something that applies to all of the fire signs, but taking Leo out dancing would be fun too because for slightly different reasons than Aries. Like I said, Aries likes to feel themselves in the body, but Leo loves dancing because they're like, look at me, You're probably already a really good dancer, and even if they don't know how to dance, they will think that they do. Just let them know the whole time, like, this is why I like you, this is why I think you're so great. Wow, I really like the way you did that. They'll be like, you didn't have to tell me, but you did. So for Virgo people, You gotta be careful with this one because they're very humble and don't like a lot of attention, but they still really like to feel appreciated. Just don't make a big fucking deal about it, okay? Do something really humble and sweet, like take them out to a juice bar and they would probably think that's romantic. Virgo, like Cancer, would probably enjoy a homemade meal too, but this time the emphasis is on making them something that's healthy and wholesome. Like, make sure you throw in like a big ass salad into the meal. Big ass the wrong way to just like refer to salads. If you do take them out to a restaurant, you'd probably want it to be a place that has an intimate environment, that has a very low level of lighting. I reserve a seat that's in the back of the restaurant, like in the corner. A Virgo person chocolate, get them like sugar-free, not just regular chocolate, get them like organic chocolate that has cane sugar, like xylitol. That stuff's a laxative too. I know I sound like I hate Virgo right now. I don't. Practical, practical, practical. Something that they can use in everyday life. And it doesn't need to be fancy as long as they're going to get some sort of use out of it.